Alright everybody, this is the last episode of NFL Prediction Center for the 2015-2016 football season.
Yep.
Last week's playoff games were very exciting. Some
2 weeks
closer than others. 2 weeks ago, yes, it's true. The bye week is...
Pro Bowl was not exciting.
Yeah, the Pro Bowl was not at all exciting. So here we are to predict the upcoming Super Bowl, the biggest game of the season. It's the 50th Super Bowl, very, very important anniversary.
Yeah.
I'm happy Tom Brady's not there. What were you guys' records last week? I went 1-1. I was right about the Panthers. Unfortunately, I'm kind of not happy about Fitzgerald not getting a shot, but I was wrong about Denver. They ended up getting into the final, which I wanted to be wrong. The record shows that.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. What was your record, Mike?
I went 0-2, unfortunately.
Perfect.
I wanted to see a Brady Fitzgerald matchup with Fitzgerald coming out on top.
Yeah, that would be cool. Dave?
0-2.
0-2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I wanted the Broncos to make it. I'm happy they did. I really wanted the Cardinals to make it. Sad they didn't. So I had to move on.
Alright, looks like I'm the greatest picker of them all.
Yeah.
But I have to warn everyone that I'm going to kind of throw my pick on this one. Everyone knows this. I'm a Peyton Manning fanboy. I get all giddy when I hear his name. I watch football because of him. He's, in my opinion, the greatest of all time, bar none. His fourth quarter comebacks from my team, the Colts, were some of the most exciting football games you'll ever see. And he did it night in, night out, week in, week out. Anytime he was on Monday Night Football, you knew it was going to be a great game. And you just want to see him go out on top. That being said, he's a little old. His defense is phenomenal, a really great defense. But the offense, they just drop too many passes. They give up a lot of opportunities. If his receivers can just hold the ball, Thomas. Just do it. Just hold it for your mom. Just hold it for her. If you can do that, I think they got a shot. But logically and on paper, it looks like Carolina, their defense is very capable of stopping the ball-dropping Denver offense. And the Carolina offense is very capable of scoring points. Maybe not a lot, but some against the Denver defense. So unfortunately, I have to pick Carolina, but I hope I'm wrong. But I'm picking Carolina.
That's fair.
Yeah. Who you got, Dave?
It's every time I think of this matchup, I get flashes.
I get sick to my stomach.
I get flashes of 2 years ago when the Seahawks killed.
I don't remember.
That was a great Super Bowl.
It was a horrible
That was a
Super Bowl.
fantastic Super Bowl.
I remember visiting a bridge,
Yeah,
I think, and trying to jump off.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn because Carolina at this point seems like the logical choice just because on all phases of the game
That's
they
the
seem to
thing.
be rolling
It seems like it's
more.
such a natural pick. Yeah.
But it's hard to see Manning lose in his potential last game. You know, not from a football standpoint, from like a moral standpoint. You know, like in your heart,
It feels wrong.
you can't picture it. This guy deserves the perfect send off. So I'm just gonna go on a whim and say Broncos take it. I'm hoping they do. Carolina, I've been saying all year that they're not very deserving of the record, but they keep proving me wrong. And you know what? I'm gonna give them a lot of respect. As much as I hate their celebrations and I feel like they're sore losers, because there's been proof where when they do lose, they get angry when other teams celebrate, and I don't really like that too much. But you know what? They're winning. Good for them. I would probably be dancing too if I was winning like that. So congratulations for going there, but I don't think you're gonna take it. Broncos for me.
I doubt you'll pick the Broncos.
Yeah. Throughout this year, I've been really trying to be objective when it comes to Denver. I can't stand them, as you all know. But this time I have to go against them. I think Carolina is just, as we all said, like they're one of, like they are the better overall team. Like if you look at it top to bottom, which is really surprised because at the beginning of the season, no one really thought of anything, especially after they lost.
I don't know if they're better. They're just playing.
Yeah,
Okay, but
that's the thing is I wanted to say a note. Gary Kubiak is no stranger to being a very good coach.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Carolina, have they played a defense this dominant? This is the most dominant defense in the NFL.
Well, that's
as far as domination.
why it's very hard.
And yet Carolina's defense has allowed very few yards, and they're turnover machines.
They're like a little bit less than Denver.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it's like, well,
it's hard to pick. That's why I find it such an interesting matchup, because I feel like obviously one team's gonna have to be leading at one point. We're gonna see if Carolina's leading at one point. We're gonna see how Peyton Manning and that team responds, and I think they have a better chance of responding than Carolina does. Actually,
I think the question is will Carolina finally falter on offense, or will the Broncos finally rise up on offense to what they could be? Which team is gonna?
The one thing I will say is, as a unit on defense, they know exactly what they're doing in Denver.
Oh, absolutely.
Akeem Talib, Von Miller, and DeMarcus Ware. Those three players alone are a Hall of Fame class by themselves. Let alone a good defense. And it's like after every sack, they like have a running bet on who's gonna get the next one.
Yeah.
It's like you see it. They're like, you got the next one. You got, and they'll even say who's gonna do it, and the other team can't do anything about it. You're not gonna catch us.
Yeah.
We're too fast. We're too strong. We're too willing to do it. So that's why I really, really want, all of my fiber of my being wants Peyton Manning and the Broncos, even DeMarcus Ware, even Akeem Talib, to win the big one. But like you said, like the logical choice is Carolina.
well, look, like Carolina, the thing is with them is that like
they steamroll Arizona.
Like you don't expect them to play really good, and then they just surprise you with just things. But it's like everybody likes to talk about Cam Newton. To me, it's
I think it's up the rest of the team.
Yeah, it's like that O-line is probably the most underrated O-line I think I've ever seen in my life.
Greg Olsen can catch a ball blind.
Exactly, that guy is insane. They have guys like Ted Ginn who could just speed past you. They have Corey Brown who could speed past you. They have guys like Funchess who are huge receivers. They just have a great, well-rounded team that no one knows about and no one really considers until they really surprise you. Like, oh, how did this great team destroy Seattle? How did this great team destroy the Cardinals? Well, it's because of these underrated guys. It's not only Cam. It's not only Luke Kuechly.
But I think that's why they do good, because Cam gets all the attention. Nobody else's head is getting inflated. It's all on Cam.
Yeah,
it's just
and he could deal with it. That guy's been under pressure.
He brushes it off, no problem.
He doesn't care, man. So that's why I got the Panthers. I feel like they're riding. I've never seen a team this confident in my life. Maybe the Seattle team that played Denver, but you know what? One thing I will say, I wouldn't be surprised if I could picture Peyton holding up the Super Bowl more than I could picture Cam Newton holding up the Super Bowl. I will say that, which is scary to me. It's scary to me, and I really wish Peyton would win with another team, but you know it's not the case. But
it'd be, you know what, is that he would be, I think, the first player ever to lead two teams to two different Super Bowls.
You would.
And I think if that doesn't cement your legacy as the best ever,
one of,
I'd say, because you can't pick best ever, because you know Joe Montana's era was so long ago, and Dan Marino's was so long ago, and there was a different preparation for the game. Now guys work out 24/7. They eat differently. They study tape nonstop. Back then, you literally just showed up and threw the ball. Like this is a game. But I mean, he's. I'm super biased, obviously, but
definitely one.
Really,
because Brady will always have that thing attached to him of, you know, you did it with one coach and one team, not just one team, because you can have a team and several coaches, but you're so good that you just do it. You had the best coach ever, probably. So you know, when you have a guy who goes through multiple coaches, still goes to the Super Bowl with one team, then switches team, and again multiple coaches, still goes to the Super Bowl. You know, if he wins, it's kind of hard to argue against the numbers that he is the GOAT player. But that being said, that's our prediction for the one game of the week, Super Bowl 50. I hope it's a good one. Like either result, you know, it's just.
I'm just hoping for something competitive. The last 5 years have not been that great in terms of game action.
I just hope the Panthers win. Like I can't see that Denver logo saying champions. Like it would make me sick to my.
Plus, wouldn't it be great if the Oakland Raiders played the home opener of Denver and they were hanging the banner and Michael was crying in the corner?
That would not be great. In 2 years we're gonna be going there.
And then Chicago wins the cup in Nashville. In Chicago they raise the banner there. Oh, that'd be a dream come true.
Too much salt.
We're gonna put videos of that if that happens. We'll have full footage.
All right. Well, this is the last episode of NFL Prediction Center. Signing off from Three Sided Box. We'll see you next season. And we'll see you very soon for some Champions League predictions in soccer.
Yeah.
Have a great one, everybody.